There are moments in crypto when a project quietly builds in the background while everyone's eyes are on the bigger names, and then suddenly it breaks into the spotlight. Hedera, better known by its token HBAR, has been one of those projects. It hasn't always had the hype of meme coins or the daily headlines of the largest assets, but its enterprise focus and unique technology make it one of the most intriguing long-term plays in the entire market. So, if you're sitting on 12,483 HBAR today, the big question is simple. How much could that be worth by 2026? In this video, we're going to break down the current value of your holdings, explore multiple price scenarios, and go deep into the partnerships and real-world use cases that could determine HBAR's future. But before we get started, I just want to say, if you're looking for a trusted exchange, I personally use BTC. They've been around for more than 12 years, they're fully licensed, and they offer deep liquidity with super low fees. Right now, you can claim up to $10,055 in deposit bonuses, trade over 300 different cryptos, and even use up to 500x leverage. Best part? No KYC needed. Use the link in the description to sign up and grab your bonus today. Now, let's start with where HBAR stands today. At the time of recording, HBAR is trading at 16 cents with a market capitalization of around $7 billion. That puts it comfortably in the top ranks of the crypto market. With your holdings of 12,483 HBAR, your stack is currently worth about $1,997. That's your baseline number, but where things get interesting is when we start exploring what could happen over the next few months, leading into 2026. Hedera is not a blockchain in the traditional sense. It uses a technology called hashgraph. This makes it different from proof of work and proof of stake networks because it relies on a gossip about gossip protocol to achieve consensus. What that means in practice is incredible speed and efficiency. Hedera can handle thousands of transactions per second, with finality in just a few seconds, and all for a fraction of a cent in fees. That combination of speed, low cost, and security is why so many enterprises have chosen to experiment with or adopt Hedera's technology. One of the standout features of Hedera is its governing council. Unlike many projects that are controlled by foundations or anonymous miners, Hedera is overseen by a council of global giants including Google, IBM, LG, Standard Bank, Dell, and several others. These organizations don't just govern the network, they actively test and deploy applications on it. This gives Hedera something most crypto projects don't have: direct involvement from major corporations that already operate at scale in industries like cloud computing, finance, telecoms, and supply chain. So let's run through some price scenarios to see how your holdings could change. If HBAR simply stays at 16 cents, your 12,483 tokens will still be worth about $1,997 by 2026. That's the conservative outlook, where nothing significant changes. But if HBAR climbs to 30 cents, which would nearly double its current price, your holdings would rise to $3,744. At 50 cents, your stack would be worth $6,241. At $1, the round number everyone has their eye on, your 12,483 HBAR would be worth $12,483. And in a stronger bull case, if HBAR hit $2, the value of your holdings would jump to $24,966. But are these targets realistic? That's where market cap math comes in. At 16 cents, HBAR's market cap is $7 billion. If the price climbed to 30 cents, the market cap would be about $13 billion. That's already been achieved by several other projects during past bull runs, so it's well within reach. At $1, Hedera's market cap would be around $45 billion. That's ambitious, but not impossible for a network with enterprise-level adoption. At $2, the market cap would be close to $90 billion. That would make Hedera one of the top digital assets in the world, but given its unique model and partnerships, it's not out of the question in a full bull cycle. One of the key reasons people stay bullish on Hedera is the real-world adoption it's already seeing. Hedera has been used for applications in supply chain tracking, carbon credits, decentralized identity, and even tokenization of real-world assets. For example, its low fees and fast throughput make it ideal for microtransactions and gaming applications where traditional blockchains struggle. Its carbon-negative design also appeals to companies under pressure to reduce emissions, giving Hedera a unique narrative around sustainability. Another point to highlight is Hedera's push into tokenization and stablecoins. As the digital asset industry grows, Tokenization of assets like real estate, commodities, and financial products is becoming a major theme. Hedera's speed and governance model make it a strong candidate to host these kinds of applications. If enterprises begin using Hedera as a backbone for tokenized markets, that demand could drive significant growth in HBAR's value. Let's not ignore the risks, though. Hedera's unique design means it's less decentralized in the traditional sense compared to open blockchains, which sometimes raises concerns in the crypto community. Some investors prefer networks that are governed purely by code and miners or stakers rather than corporate councils. There's also competition. Other Layer 1 networks are fighting for enterprise adoption and developer mindshare. If Ethereum, Solana, or newer projects capture more attention, Hedera could face challenges scaling adoption. And as always, broader market conditions matter. If the crypto market enters a bearish period in 2026, even strong projects like HBAR can see their prices pressured downward. Still, Hedera's resilience so far has been impressive. It's not the loudest project in the market, but it continues to deliver steady progress, new partnerships, and real-world use cases. That kind of foundation is often more sustainable than hype cycles that burn out quickly. For long-term holders, that makes HBAR one of the more compelling bets in the space. So, let's bring it back to your 12,483 HBAR. At today's price of 16 cents, you're sitting on about $1,997. If HBAR climbs to 30 cents, that becomes $3,744. At 50 cents, it's $6,241. If it reaches $1, your holdings are worth $12,483. And in a bullish cycle pushing it to $2, you'd be looking at $24,966. Each of these scenarios depends on adoption, market sentiment, and whether Hedera can continue proving its value to enterprises and governments. To wrap it all up, Hedera stands out because of its technology and the quality of its partners. Your 12,483 HBAR today might not look like much compared to the biggest crypto stacks, but it represents a stake in a project that is aiming to reshape how industries use distributed ledgers. By 2026, your holdings could stay near their current value, or they could multiply if adoption accelerates, and the next bull run gives HBAR the spotlight it's been quietly preparing for. Whether you're aiming for modest growth or betting on the $1 or $2 milestones, our bar remains one of the most unique and promising projects to watch in the months ahead.